Welcome to this WordPress video on how to insert a table into a WordPress page or blog post. Big note at the top of this I want to kind of mention is inserting tables is not a default WordPress option. This guy right here is a custom button that was placed into the toolbar. If you've designed a site with me, I will most likely have that in the toolbar. This is really powered by a plugin/app that allows you to customize this toolbar called Ultimate TinyMCE, and allow you to add buttons that will allow you to design your pages and posts in a much more efficient fashion, more so than what's available out of the box from a WordPress installation. So I'm going to assume that you got that installed and this little button is appearing on your end. If not, download the Ultimate TinyMCE plugin and then follow the instructions on how to add it. We're not going to cover that here. So table cells really is a pretty efficient way to kind of get things formatted on a page or a post, rather than just kind of arbitrarily putting stuff in random places on a page. You can use this to kind of organize it in a more refined and structured fashion. So to create a table, it's very simple. You can either click on the button itself, or you can click this pull down menu and do an insert table. Notice all the other options are grayed out because there's no tables currently available. If you've worked in Microsoft Word, this will all seem very familiar to you. So a lot of this will just be a review of that. So once you click on that, you're of course able to insert your columns and rows. I'm going to leave all this stuff default for those two areas at least. Cell padding, you want space around your around your table cell. Let's just give it 5. If you want spacing around your cell, it's a little bit different than padding, but usually I mess with just padding. I'll just leave it at 0. You can align it. If you want this table to come out of the center, the left, and the right, you can give it a border. Width, I would probably say, rather than kind of picking arbitrary numbers to kind of get the sizing right, you can do that, but I'm going to, just for this demo, I'm going to do it 100% of the width of the page, so it flushes all the way from left to right. Don't mess with height, don't mess with anything else, and just hit insert, and your table cell is inserted. Furthermore, you can do, once you've got that table in there, then when you click your cursor into a cell, you get further options here. Now everything's highlighted and able to be selected. So you can manipulate things like the row properties, the cell properties. If you wanted to say manipulate the cell, you can further edit it by vertically aligning it to the top, because a lot of this stuff is just going to default to center. So you want to mess with that. You can also horizontally align it. You can give it a custom width. Again, you can do an arbitrary number like 50 pixels. This goes by pixels if you just save it, or you can go by percentage. If you say, you know what, I want it 20% of the entire table, you can hit update, and then you see that updates. And a lot of this other stuff is self-explanatory. Inserting rows before and after wherever your cursor is inserted, deleting rows, removing columns, merging table cells, etc., etc. So that's kind of a brief overview of how to insert a table. Then of course you can add elements to your table. I'm going to add this koala bear you've seen in a million other tutorials that I've done. You can just add text here. Again, you see how it kind of vertically aligns to the center. You can change that. Go back here into your table cell properties and vertically align it to the top, and bada bing, bada boom, it's up at the top. Same here, although this has a caption on it, and that's why it's got some default style settings that give it some padding up top automatically. That's independent of this table, so I won't go into how to fix that. But if you just enter a plain image without a caption, you'll see it goes in just fine up top. So that's how table cells works, and this is again a great tool for designing and placing elements onto your page. This has been another tutorial by Catalyst Design. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the very next one.